have been a failure for the past 40 years. I am a master of failure. So I am poverty. Obstinate. To not give up. So I thought of a way to do wastewater treatment method. That's how not to spend money. Because I am poverty. Don't you want to spend money? Exactly. You can imitate Geek's Sky method. The money-saving wastewater treatment. The Sky method. Table of contents of the 5 Sky method videos. This Sky method is currently under development and no practical experiments are available. Therefore this method cannot be commercialized immediately. The purpose of this video is not to request donations. I really appreciate your help. I am grateful for the people who support my life now. Thank you to the people who supported this development. Chapter 1 Explanation of how this money-saving wastewater treatment method works. This video is a full particulars of the Sky method.
The reason why we named it Sky method.
S is a sponge. K is karoshi pumice stone in Japanese. Y is yashishini coconut fiber in Japanese.
This treatment method replicates the workings of a river as a facility. Rivers use microorganisms and streams of water to digest the dirt that flows in from the forests and surroundings. The natural microorganisms that live in water multiply by eating the dirt in the water. Microorganisms increase. Many microorganisms eat a lot of dirt as the cyclic reaction continues repeatedly. So the water gradually becomes cleaner. This is the microbial treatment process for wastewater. The key point of the Sky method is the idea of not spending money. We spend as minimal money as possible to get the same result. We buy materials locally and fabricate locally as much as possible if we want to get the same result.
Chapter 2 The background to Sky method and the why it is being released for free. The technology of the Sky method will be released free of charge. Here is an explanation of the situation.
This is Estero de San Palac in Metro Manila, Philippines. The other rivers in Metro Manila are just as dirty. Wastewater treatment facilities are a must. We don't need any more reasoning. This method is released free of charge. Anyone who is not antisocial and is non-violent is free to use it. The developers are not concerned about the country, region, political ideology, religion, race, gender, or color of the reusers. Don't get involved with us if you want to be concerned about these things. An example of an essential technology being made available for free. Linux is the kernel of the basic computer program that is essential for us to use the internet. It is free and open to the public. I would guess that the cost of using the internet would have been several times higher than it is now if the kernel was paid for. I've come to the conclusion that any technology that is useful to society must be freely available to everyone, because based on this example. Question. What if someone else imitates you? Answer. I will imitate the imitated result and improve this method further. Question. What if someone else gets a patent on this method? Answer. I am very happy if this method is good enough to be stolen. Technology bandits will always destroy themselves because they are technology amateurs. I've experienced multiple examples of this. I don't have remainder of one's life left to contend with bandits.
Chapter 3 Part 1 explains the technology in a little more detail and possible applications of the Sky method. The situation on the left and right developing countries are completely different. We need to build facilities that match the economic scale of the place of use. The people in the area want it, can buy it, can use it. That is justice. 2. Create a wastewater treatment method that can be inexpensively production and maintained using the abundant sunlight and natural breezes of the subtropics. 3. Developed countries have exploited resources from developing countries. But they have not compensated them satisfactorily. So it means to make atonement. I haven't experimented with it yet, but I'm guessing that sky method will be useful for aquarium water purification. You apply the sky method to a piggery, you can make a channel with pumice stone and coconut fiber after the hanging sponge, and circulate the wastewater through it. Purify wastewater in the community, primary purification. The reason for this idea is there is no space to build wastewater treatment facilities in densely populated areas. The sky method is performed by draping sponges and plants on the wall of a building. But I'm guessing that sky method will be effective in treating water in facilities that combine hydroponics and fish farming. Chapter 3 Parts 2 Technical description of the sky method. A slightly more detailed explanation of how it works, etc. Alternative materials, etc. Take a look at this first if you are interested in wastewater treatment technology. The background is the basic flow diagram description of technology of the sky method. This is the sky method as illustrated in the schematic diagram. The microorganisms in the sponge use the oxygen produced by the plants through photosynthesis to reproduce. So effective microorganisms will also multiply in the sewage and drainage channels. Features of the sky method. It is characterized by a large amount of treated water circulation, feedback of sludge, and feedback of treated water to the previous stage and sewage and drainage channels. This method generates less sludge than the activated sludge method. In other words, the cost of sludge treatment and disposal is reduced. Chapter 3 Parts 3 Progress Record of Sky Method Development. This is a progress report on the realization of the hanging sponge. It is a mixture of wastewater from laundry, dishwashing with heavy oil stains, etc. I continued this experiment for about 2 months, but the result was a failure. From right to left in the picture. I have tried hanging sponges of various shapes. All failed. The watery sponge gradually slid down. This is the original sketch I made right after those experiments. Reference video. A Japanese expert on wastewater treatment facilities for pig farms built a wastewater treatment facility in the Philippines on his own expense, and the progress of its operation. He was the first person in Japan to develop a wastewater treatment facilities for pig farms. Unfortunately, the developer estimates that I will not be able to complete the development of this method. So I hope that many people around the world will be interested in this method. What we need now is the collective wisdom of many people. We are looking for collaborators to conduct replication experiments, practical experiments, and various applications of the sky method. The developers do not expect that the sky method can deal with all wastewater treatment problems. This is the most fundamental concept of this development. This world is a collection of eternal natural phenomena. Human beings did not create them. That's why the objects you hold in your hands now are not your own property. It is the common property of everyone, of every being on earth, of the entire universe. You cannot see the real substance of an object. What's in your hand? It's just a transient. Unfortunately, the English word transient does not convey my true intention. Transient is based on the ancient religions of Japan and Buddhism that grew up in Japan. Sky Method is developed by Green Ninja Group. The Sky Method video will be revised without notice. Please watch the other 4 videos of the Sky Method and the reference video. The web address is in the description field.